The Great Exhibition, daring in its concept and brilliant in all the details of its management, would prove to be one of the greatest phenomenons of the Victorian era. Brainchild of Prince Albert, the husband of England's Queen Victoria, it combined his interest in the progress of science with his amazing ability for organization. Ambitious beyond anything ever attempted, masterfully executed, moving rapidly from idea to reality, the exhibition could rightly be labeled the eighth wonder of the world. At the height of the Industrial Revolution, it brought the entire world together in the largest display of the progresses made in science, technology, and art throughout the world. As Prince Albert put it would afford a true test of the point of development at which the whole of mankind has arrived in this great task, and a new starting point from which all nations would be able to direct their further exertions. First, a location was needed big enough to host this grand event. The 350-acre Hyde Park was chosen as the setting, while plans were begun for a building that would house the thousands of exhibits brought to the location. Within 10 days, Joseph Paxton had designed a spectacular building of glass that would completely cover 19 acres of Hyde Park. Within 9 months, the Crystal Palace, as it was called, went from an idea scribbled on a piece of blotting paper to a structure of glass that enclosed 33 million cubic feet. 550 tons of wrought iron and 3,500 tons of cast iron supported 900,000 feet of glass. 202 miles of sash bars and 30 miles worth of gutters were used in its construction. In all, the finished building was 1,848 feet long by 456 feet wide and covered by a roof that soared 135 feet above the ground. Rising 27 feet in the center of the building was an enormous fountain constructed out of 4 tons of pink glass. The gentle cooling spray made it a pleasant place to gather in a building that no doubt became unpleasantly warm when the crowds became dense. In this grand building was housed over 13,000 exhibits from all parts of the world: France, Italy, Austria, Russia, China, India, Egypt, and many more. Its attraction was not any one thing, but the collection of myriads of amazing artifacts from around the globe. As Charlotte Bronte said, "It is a wonderful place, vast, strange, new, and impossible to describe. Its grandeur does not consist in one thing, but in the unique assemblage of all things." The great wonder of the exhibition was that it brought the world together into one location for people to view. The Victorian era was the age of invention, and the exhibition displayed all the best and most brilliant inventions of the era. The largest display was a hydraulic press that was used in the building of bridges. Generating an immense amount of power, it was controlled by one man, yet it could lift 1,144 tons of metal. Another invention, an enormous pipe organ built by Henry Willis, was erected. It was so impressive in its construction, sound quality, and the improvements that he had made to the organ, that he was appointed to construct the pipe organ for St. George's Hall in Liverpool. Other inventions, less impressive, but still showcasing the abundant inventiveness of the age, included instruments like the stiletto umbrella. What could be more innocent than an elderly grandmother taking a walk with her umbrella over her arm? And who would guess that it bore a deadly blade upon its tip? Another funny invention is described vividly by Mary Smith, a young woman who wrote about her visit to the exhibition. She said, "We struck out in another direction and came upon a world of wonders of mechanical skill. One of these was a bedstead so contrived that it could be set like an alarm to any hour desired, and at that time would begin by springs to fold itself up and throw the sleeper out of bed." Talk about waking up on the wrong side of the bed. There were even inventions for the disabled. Pews were built with rubber tubes fastened to the pulpit so that the sound would be especially amplified for the hard of hearing. An ink was also made that dried and raised lettering so that the blind could read it. Besides inventions, there were also wonderful exotic displays from around the world. India provided brilliant gems, including the world-renowned Kohinoor diamond, ivory fashioned into a massive throne, and even a stuffed elephant, complete with the covered howdah of a Raja. By the end of the exhibition, which was open from May 1st to October 15th, Over 6 million people had come to visit this modern wonder of the world. The profit of £186,000, which was made, served to fund the Victoria and Albert Museum. It is probably safe to assume that nothing like this grand exhibition had ever been attempted on this large of a scale and with this degree of success. Never before had all the nations of the world come together in unity to display the combined triumph of their own individual genius. Truly, its like had never been seen before, and will probably never be seen again.